So hi everybody, I'm excited to be making another video for YouTube. It's been less than a week since I made my first one, and it feels like a lot longer than that, and I'm already getting sort of addicted. And one of the things I said was that I would make a video where I'll just talk a little bit about what I'm interested in and maybe, you know, the things that I might be capable of talking to in a reasonable manner. And hopefully that'll give you guys some suggestions for ideas for videos that I can create in the future. Because it's fun to talk about what's interesting to me, but it's a whole lot more fun if it happens to overlap with some of the things that you're interested in. And actually, from the comments I've gotten already, I am already developing quite a long list of potential video topics, and will probably, you know, overlap with some of those. But, you know, and a lot of this has come out, I guess, in comments, and you already know stuff about me from watching Jennifer's videos. But just for the sake of completeness, here's a video where I will discuss my interests. I wanted to also mention that I have filmed the follow-up to the Ontograph video. You'll notice the diagram has been erased from my whiteboard. I filmed that. I'm just waiting on explicit permission from my friend Peter to post that video, because that model is part of his, you know, intellectual property in his consulting practice. And he does explain it somewhat on his website, but I just want to make sure that I'm doing that the appropriate way. And that's actually, though, a good segue into one of my interests, because, you know, I was actually about to post a video when I remembered, oh, you know what, like, Peter has all this stuff copyrighted. I should probably ask him if it's okay. And I just have to confess that I think intellectual property laws are complete BS. I mean, I completely respect why Peter has copyrighted his stuff and why people file for patents all the time. It's the reality that we operate in, but I just think it's complete BS. So one of my interests is property rights in general. I get a little passionate about it. I'm into the natural law, kind of natural rights theory that I think, you know, well, goes back to before John Locke, but Thomas Jefferson in the Declaration of Independence, they say you were sort of channeling that natural law philosophy of John Locke. I get really excited about kind of what the idea of individual liberty and how that extends to property rights, and what that means for a free society, and how we can all cooperate and create incredible amounts of wealth together. I just, you know, I'm not going to talk about it now, but those are things that get me excited. And it turns out intellectual property, though, doesn't count as property. Ideas aren't really scarce. You know, if I have a video camera and then you take it from me, and now I don't have it anymore, only one of us can use it at a time. But an idea, we can all have the same idea in our head, and there's no, you know, it doesn't diminish the amount that any of us can enjoy it. Anyway, slight rant there, but I'm into political philosophy. It's something I like to discuss, and I like to discuss politics in general. I tend to be a libertarian. I went through an anarcho-capitalism phase, but you know, I'm comfortable with the libertarian type of label at the moment. So, like, from an ethical standpoint, I'm into property rights, and also from a practical standpoint, I think that all the correct ideas of macroeconomics are based on based on the idea of property rights as kind of like the core of it. And our current banking system, I don't think, works that way anymore, and I think it destabilizes the whole economy. So talking about the Federal Reserve System and macroeconomics, these are also things that interest me a lot. I really love to play golf. Golf is one of my biggest passions. I could talk about golf forever, all the things I love about it. But, you know, beyond golf, poker is another one of my favorite games. I noticed a couple of poker references in the comments. I really love what golf and poker both force you to do, is sort of hold on and let go at the same time. You have to make all these decisions. In golf, you have to be super committed to a shot. In poker, you have to be decisive and confident with the bets that you make. But then immediately afterwards, you have to, like, completely get over it, not care if you make a terrible mistake, and be able to kind of react to the emerging conditions of the game. And I just love being tested like that. I like games in general. Probably lately, golf, poker, and Words with Friends are my 3 favorite games that I've been playing a lot. It's funny, we used to have this argument at my old company about how important it was for successful traders to have a competitive instinct. And I used to think that I wasn't competitive, because I really, you know, I don't really care about winning. At the end of the day, like, I don't have trouble sleeping at night when I lose a game. But while I'm playing the game, I finally notice that, my God, I care about winning a lot. I get really into it. And, you know, it's just that having something to push against and an outcome to measure, and, you know, where you know that you have some influence or control, even though all of those games involve luck and randomness, which is part of what makes them so cool. So I like playing games. And, you know, I'm really into, I was going to say I like cooking, but what I really like doing is eating. And then more recently, I've been cooking a lot, but I've just, you know, this is the Italian in me. I have this love of food. I don't want to play favorites. I love it all. I love trying new things. Lately, I love trying to cook new things. My uncle is a professional chef. He runs a hotel kitchen right now, but he used to run a restaurant in a different hotel where he specialized in barbecue, and he's won several barbecue competitions and won awards for his proprietary barbecue rub and barbecue sauce, and he's taught those methods to me as well as some of the other techniques of slow smoking delicious meat. And so that's a passion of mine. Jennifer and I usually have a couple barbecues during the summer. And actually, one of my friends is having a bachelor party coming up this Saturday, and my other friend and I are planning a sort of a meat smorgasbord for him. He's another guy who loves to eat. So we're going to be preparing a smoked... Oh, you know, I better not tell you all that right now because there's a small chance he'll see it between now and then. But I won't do a proper cook nook on those things, but going to be preparing some cool meats, and I'll try to get you guys at least some shots of that. So obviously I'm into cooking. I hope to do a lot of cooking type videos in the future. I've actually got one planned this evening. I'm going to do another pass at the stuffed spinach and ricotta pasta shells that I made for the first time last week for Jennifer and I. They came out pretty well, pretty good. They turned out well, came out good. And I actually lost weight while I was eating them, even though I sort of felt like I was being bad eating pasta and cheese. And Jennifer actually is in Utah right now. I drove her to the airport this morning, and she took her video camera with her, but I just went out to Best Buy and I bought this cheap Sony one. Because I'm doing some stuff for work as well, but I wanted to take this chance while I've got a whole bunch of free time this week to shoot some videos for you guys. And I was thinking I'm going to make another pan of these stuffed shells that I can eat this week while Jennifer's gone, and hopefully I'll feel like I can have something delicious and not have to indulge in ordering from my favorite Chinese place, which will set my weight loss mission way, way back. So I guess that's another interest, is weight loss. I wish it didn't have to be an interest, but that's something I've been focused on recently. I've lost about 35 pounds on Weight Watchers, although I have let my Weight Watchers subscription lapse because I feel like I've internalized the point system, like I just kind of know where I'm at. But it was extremely helpful for me to figure out how to get calibrated. Never would have been able to do it otherwise. But so in future videos I can hopefully talk about some of my weight loss tips. I've got to lose at least another 20 pounds. My prime motivation is for my golf game. I really want to be able to practice my short game for a longer period of time and maintain my balance in my swing better than I can now. And just with the gut and the weak back and weak core, I just can't do it the way I know I should. So I think I touched on all the interests that I want to mention. I'm still struggling with the lighting to get it right down here in my basement. I think this one is better though, but keep your feedback coming. Like I said, any feedback on what I covered there, things you'd like to hear me talk about, or any other ideas at all. Not promising that I'll do them at all, but I love to hear it, and we'll chat about it, and I hope that I can produce some things in the future that will be interesting. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.